This is about how to use the TI-83 and 84. They work the same way. The TI-89 and GeoGebra for doing hypothesis tests for a single average. In this particular problem, I have a claim that the average pouch of fruit snacks has 7 pieces. I think the actual value is less than claimed. I sampled 41 pouches. I got a sample average of 6.7 and a sample standard deviation of 2.2. If I'm in my TI-89 here, I'm going into apps. I'm choosing the option for stat list editor. And up at the top, I'm looking for tests that shows up in F6. So I'm hitting blue F6. And I'm choosing this option for t-test because I'm starting with a sample standard deviation. If this would have given me a population standard deviation, I would have chose z-test instead. I have two options. I have stats if I have a summary of the data, and I have data if I have all of that raw data typed into list 1. In this case, I have a summary, so I'm choosing the stats option. It asks me for my claimed value. That's what the mu sub 0 is. That's the number from the null hypothesis. Your sample average, that's x bar. Your standard deviation, that's my 2.2 here. My n, this is another very important component. So if I hit the side arrow, I can choose if I'm testing for a difference, less, or greater. I'm testing if it's less than claimed. I can either draw a picture or calculate. Draw a picture will draw that T curve out for me. Calculate's just fine. Calculate gives me my t-score. I have a t-score of negative 0.873 or so. And it gives me a fairly large p-value. My p-value here is 0.193896 or so. So when I did this using technology, I ended up getting a p-value of approximately something like 0.194. Let's see if I get the same p-value using these other methods. So I'm going to go into my TI-84, and my TI-83 will work the same way. I'm going stat. I go over to test, and I'm going to scroll until I see t-test, and that's just that second option. Whatever my claim is for the null hypothesis, I put in for mu 0. I'm working with summary of data still, so I'm using stats. I am testing that it is less than claimed. Everything else here is looking pretty good, so I'll go down to calculate. Gives me a t-score of negative 0.873. Gives me a p-value of 0.194, just like I got in the TI-89. I'm going to show you how to do this in GeoGebra as well. If I'm in GeoGebra, I go into the option on the side where it says probability. I go into statistics, and I choose the option here for a t-test of a mean. It asks me for the claim for the null hypothesis at 7. I'm testing for less than 7. My average is this 6.7. My sample standard deviation is 2.2, and my sample size is 41. As soon as I type this in, I get my t-score down here at the bottom, and this p, this stands for my p-value, 0.1939. That matches up with the TI-89, that matches up with the 83 and the 84. Again, for those of you that were curious what's going on with z-test, notice this symbol here changes. For a z-test, it's based off of sigma. For a t-test, it's based off of s. So depending on whether they give you s or sigma, that determines if you're using t. Use t if you have s, or use z if you're given sigma. We're going to continue looking at averages. I'm going to have more videos on comparing multiple averages.